Let's take a few minutes to address some things we often hear about knowledge management and knowledge transfer, and provide new ways to think about them. Knowledge management is sometimes thought of as a means of identifying and preserving critical knowledge. This critical knowledge is then disseminated via knowledge transfer, whether among team members, to the organization at large, or in some cases to the public. Some examples of the need for knowledge transfers are when shifts change, a team member goes on vacation, or someone retires or leaves the organization. In all of these cases, people are often asked to hold one or more knowledge transfer meetings where they are expected to impart all of their critical knowledge to others. But what constitutes critical knowledge? In large part, that depends on the question being asked and the perspective of the person doing the asking. For example, in a support scenario, a support engineer may record the details of the support request, the expiration date of the support contract, and the remedy for the request. To other engineers who may face a similar request from other customers, what's critical is the remedy. But the customer's sales representative will be far more interested in the support contract information, so he will know when to approach the customer about renewing. So if you never know what might be a critical piece of information, how can you identify, retain, and reuse it? In many ways, U.S. presidents face the same question when writing their memoirs. How will they be able to recall the circumstances surrounding events that, looking back, were critical moments in their terms? Through the use of a presidential historian and their own daily journal, they make a habit or a practice of capturing the daily ebbs and flows of life in office. Then, in retrospect, reviewing this written material helps them to identify those critical moments and recall their own memories related to those moments so they can provide good written accounts in the memoir. So producing a presidential memoir has three key components: the best practice of recording information every day, tapping into the explicit knowledge, the written history and journal, which elicits the tacit memories of the writer and combines with them to provide a new perspective on the matter at hand. In the same way, WS Insight provides a simple, unobtrusive means of incorporating the best practice of journaling corporate life for the purposes of knowledge management into the everyday routine of everyone in the organization. With tools to improve the capture and classification of tacit information for any business process, this information becomes explicit and available for further interpretation and application when critical issues arise. So users in your organization can capture the daily ebbs and flows of corporate life through the practice of recording their everyday business processes. This traceability allows them to later tap into and identify important information in these explicit knowledge stores and combine this with their own tacit knowledge to tackle critical issues. So knowledge management is not something you do only when you decide that you need to identify and transfer critical knowledge. It's an everyday practice, an integral part of your daily routine that improves your chances of capturing critical information and knowledge as you go. Now, at a shift change, you don't have to waste time in knowledge transfer meetings that only provide what's critical from one person's point of view. Or when someone is on vacation or retired from the organization and you need their knowledge, you have a resource to turn to. You can quickly review the stored knowledge, extract what's important at that time and from your perspective, and keep your business processes running. So the sooner you integrate an as-you-go knowledge capture practice into your organization, the sooner you'll have effective knowledge transfer. To see how WSN Insight can be an integral part of your knowledge management practice, contact us to schedule a demonstration, sign up for our monthly webinar, or continue exploring our website. And remember, don't just talk about having a knowledge management practice. Practice knowledge management.